Hello, my name is Adam Keough. I'm the chef at Absinthe Brasserie and Bar, located in Hayes Valley. Today we're going to be making a spicy pork meatball. The first thing I've set up is a grinder, which is very important. If you notice here, I've soaked the grinding pieces in ice for about 15 minutes till very cold. It's a very important step when making meatballs or sausage, any type of grinding. Okay, the first thing we're going to be doing is grinding the meat. I have 4 different types of meat here. This is beef shoulder. We have some pork shoulder, a little pork fatback, and some prosciutto di Parma. Always grind into a bowl on ice. That way you ensure that everything stays cold throughout the process. So the meat is ground and we're going to go mix the ingredients in over here. Okay, so once we have our meat ground, the next step we're going to whip a little bit of eggs. I have 2 eggs here. Just lightly whip, it doesn't have to be too much. And then we're going to add a mixture of different spices. We have some toasted fennel seed here. We have a little bit of black pepper, some salt, a little bit of chopped garlic, oops, some red chili flakes, a little bit of Parmesan cheese. We're using actually Grana Padano. We have a little bit of ricotta cheese. I like to use the ricotta because it makes the meatball a little bit fluffier. Okay, so I have some parsley and oregano first. And then I'm going to add a little bit of basil, which basil I'm going to roll up like this, nice and tight, and I'm going to slice through nice and thin. And we add the basil in. The next thing we're going to add, which make this meatball unique, is some Calabrian chilies. This is kind of a spicy chili from Calabria, Italy. And don't use too many. It depends. You can adjust the heat by just adding a little bit more or less, however you like. And then to finish, we have a little bit of breadcrumbs. We're using just some toasted baguette. We ground that up. And usually the best utensil is your hands when dealing with this. So we're going to mix that up. We're going to roll some meatballs. Usually when I do this, I use an ice cream scoop, which is a nice method of portioning. Make sure they're all uniform. So I would take a scoop into the hand, roll it up, and I've got a nice perfect meatball. Same thing here. Okay, so we've rolled our meatballs. I'm just going to roll a few of them. And the next step is I'm going to dust them in flour. And just very lightly dust them. And I'm going to fry them in a little bit of olive oil. And basically I usually just give them a quick 30-second drain, and then I'll start to braise them. Now what I normally do is use some San Marzano tomatoes. It's an Italian variety of a plum tomato, which a lot of chefs use for sauces, and just because it's really sweet and it has not too much acidity. I add a little bunch of basil in there, and I'm just going to add this. All this is canned San Marzano tomatoes, and I crush them up. Take some of the seeds out and crush them up. I'm not really making a sauce. I want it to be really simple flavors and not overpower the meatballs, so I'm just going to leave it just like this. Kind of bury the basil just so it doesn't brown. We're going to take a little bit of aluminum foil, cover them up, and we're going to put them in a 350-degree oven. This goes for about an hour and a half in a 350-degree oven. All right. And the way I like to serve these, really simple. I serve them, you could put this with some pasta or something like this, but I usually do this as an appetizer. This is actually on the menu at our bar menu at Absinthe. Simply serve them with some of the sauce. We'll garnish them with some Parmesan cheese, a little chopped parsley, some extra virgin olive oil. I love the Arbequina blend. Arbequina blend. And really good if you just serve it with some really simple crusty bread. Like this. It's just a really simple baguette. And there you have it. This is our spicy pork meatballs, garnished with little Grana Padano cheese and some crusty bread.